I've been busy getting back to school items ready for my kids, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a few things you can label for back to school. And I'm also going to be showing you a project which you probably do not want to attempt, so you can learn from my mistakes. If you're new here, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest. If you're interested in crafting and Cricut tutorials, please consider pressing that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. For my first project, I'm going to be putting some heat transfer vinyl on a pencil case. Now you can put whatever design you want on your pencil case. This pencil case, I'm not using it for pencils. I'm going to be putting clean mask in it. First, I'm going to clean the pencil case with a lint roller, and then I'm going to get out my mini press and I'm going to preheat the fabric, and I have my mini press here set to medium. I'm going to go over this design for about 25 seconds. I don't really know the exact fabric of what this pencil case is made of, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. If it doesn't seem to adhere well, I can always reapply more heat and pressure. Let's peel this transfer sheet off, and that looks good. I also have this little mask I'm going to add, and this time I'm going to lay some parchment paper on top before I press it down so that my mini press does not stick to the vinyl I've already applied. Let's pull up the transfer sheet. And doesn't that look good? I just love how these colors pop so well on the black. Now I have made the same design for another pencil case, but this time I have some fun rainbow heat transfer vinyl. It's not Cricut brand, it's from Caesar, and it's called Twinkle Shining Silicone Star. And this vinyl kind of has this silicone texture to it, which is really neat. So it's a lot different than your typical regular iron-on vinyl. I just love these colors. They look so great. And I'm also going to add this little mask to the pencil case, and this time I am using glitter HTV in a rose gold color. This looks really cute. Now, when my kids go to school, I don't want their masks getting mixed up with other kids' masks because that kind of defeats the purpose of even wearing them. So I'm going to add their initials to the corner of each mask so they know which mask is theirs. And I'm just using some glitter heat transfer vinyl for their initials. The next project I'm working on is labeling water bottles, and you can also label lunch containers or really anything with a hard surface, and we are going to be using permanent vinyl for this project. First, I'm going to give the water bottle a quick wipe down with some alcohol to remove any debris, and I'll let that dry while I weed out my design. I cut out a piece of transfer tape the same size as my decal, and I'm just going to varnish the top of it using my Cricut scraper. I'm going to peel off the backing and apply this as straight as I can to this Yeti water bottle. When applying decals to water bottles, you want to make sure you don't get any bubbles or wrinkles, and you can always go over it afterwards with your finger and smooth out any bumps that you find. If you want to learn more about applying decals to water bottles, I'll leave a link down below in the description for a video I did on that topic. I really love how this silver vinyl looks on this water bottle. And also remember, you're going to want to let this sit for a good 24 hours before you use it. It just gives the vinyl a good chance to adhere well to your water bottle. For my next back to school project, I'm going to be showing you a fun few vinyl layering tips, and we will be applying a decal to a notebook. After I've weeded out each layer, I need to line them up. So the best way to do this is by starting with the top layer. So I have my transfer tape, and I'm going to apply it to the top layer, and then I'm going to varnish both sides. I'm going to peel off the backing, and then I need to line this top piece with our middle layer. The best way to get our design lined up straight is to use a piece of parchment paper. Now this is the same piece of parchment paper I just used when we're working on our pencil cases with the heat transfer vinyl. So parchment paper is a great item to keep in your craft room as it can help you with so many different projects. Now this permanent vinyl does not stick to the parchment paper, so it really helps us line everything up in place before we commit to a placement. Once the vinyl is where I want it to be, I'm going to press the top of the transfer tape down and slowly pull out the parchment paper making sure the design doesn't move, and then I'm going to gently lower our top layer down onto the middle layer. Then I'm going to varnish both sides again, getting out any bubbles, and then we're going to apply these top 2 layers to our bottom layer. And we are going to be using that same parchment paper again to help us line up our design. Now that all 3 layers are together, we're going to varnish both sides once again, and we are going to apply it to our notebook. Once you apply your decal to your notebook, we're going to slowly peel back the transfer tape, and if you need to, you can go over it again with your finger or your scraper to get any of those extra bubbles out. Now you may have noticed I already have another decal on this notebook. I did a YouTube short on that. If you want to see that, I'll link that down below. Now we could go ahead and add piles of decals to this notebook, which would be a lot of fun, but I want to show you something what not to do. And my project that totally flopped was an insulated lunch bag. I thought I'd try to apply some heat transfer vinyl to a lunch bag. I knew I was working with heat and plastic, so I was trying to be careful, but I still messed it up. I had my heat setting on too high and I pressed for too long and I melted the insulation. You can even see the mark that my Easy Press Mini left on the lunch bag. So in the future, I don't think I will be adding heat transfer vinyl to an insulated thermos bag. However, if you want to try it, you can try it. Just make sure your temperature is super low and you only just quickly tack it on. If you had success adding heat transfer vinyl to a lunch bag, let me know down below how you did it and how you made it work. Another thing I could have done is just added heat transfer vinyl to the handle of the lunch bag so that I wouldn't be affecting the insulation. And yes, I do know there was a name slot inside the lunch bag that I could have used a permanent marker on to write my daughter's name. But any chance to use vinyl, I want to try it, even if it means I make mistakes once in a while. Let me know in the comments below what back to school projects you have been working on, what you've done, what's your favorite. I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video and you're still watching, please hit that like button, and I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.